in Son we do interview and final screening with EFCC. He passed everything, but they can't then send them to NDA for training for 7 weeks, 8 weeks training. And the 7th week, the contact say they don't check and say he get hepatitis. Now the father can't carry and go national hospital. They check from hepatitis A, B, C, all the hepatitis. He no get anyone. He carry the man go, the young man go Maitama hospital. They check all the hepatitis negative. He carry and go back to Kaduna for the same NDA, the same facility where they claim say they check him, he get hepatitis. They check him, he no get anything. Now he talk say he carry complaint for my program. He carry and go 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock with the telephone van with the ordinary president. He say make I help him carry this matter. This man when you the high corruption will become Ibrahim Magu for my chairman EFCC, make you look into this matter, make you investigate the matter by yourself, because in this matter no sickness like hepatitis they worry in Son. Now make I call you that yesterday.
Okay, let me have the details of
the man
the child, the candidate.
They are coming to your office today by 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay, no problem.
That time when I call you, where it be like say you did meeting, I can't call Wilson Owujare. I can't relate the matter to them. He can't give the father and the son appointment by 10 o'clock this morning. So you go tell Wilson make he carry the father and the son, so that you coming to your office we get zero tolerance for corruption. You go look into this matter once and for all. Make we get up. Say you go give Nigerians on Monday by the grace of God. I can't. May God bless you. Ibrahim Same to you. Where am I around by 10 o'clock this morning? So you go tell me make you carry the father and the son, so that you make I give you my own ram before you go. Are you ready? Look into this matter once and for all. Bring that Thank you so much. Thank you. That's not the voice of the chairman EFCC, Ibrahim Magu. I don't give you my own ram now through radio, but you own ram now, physical ram, where I go tie your house. This Akaramakala, Anyway, Madam Andra, you get to update.
The little contribution I want to talk about the Peter, the woman.
Okay.
What I observe, you know, say as they talk and since like this, they thought the good work when don't they do. People go think that because now break it whenever in they come, when they come now they do this. Now not be so. You know why I talk like this? One day I carry case going, she know they always say we they come. As I enter,
Madam Andra,
you get place where you keep this pensioners.
Madam Andra,
they drink tea.
Madam Andra.
Yes, sir.
Even if she do because of Brekete family, she no do bad.
She be some they fight us because of Brekete.
I no one, you no owe anybody any explanation. She do well, she do well. Person we no do well, we go talk say you no do well. If you kill yourself here now, they try to explain to some people, they will never understand, because them na agents of waiting, darkness and negativity. So nothing like explanation. Mama go, they receive them well. The other case we sent to Pitad, then do them well. Yesterday they carry motor with air condition, with heater inside. When Mama enter inside, they say, Mama, is it heater or AC? She said, make when I put AC. Where they put the AC, then they go small. She said, okay, make when I put heater. They offer. Can you imagine?
Now so she they waka come down by herself to come attend to people.
And so,
in different
we thank God.
Like that. We
make government organizations wake up, make them do the right thing, because civil servants now then go give government either good name or bad name.
So.
And the leadership of any organization now go determine how the other people go behave for the organization. Oh, ah.
Yes, sir. Ordinary, sir, that officer where you talk say when no get respect for your staff there. I want to talk about that too. You know what thing they cause that kind of thing? You know what thing they cause them? Now this thing when they come, our organs, our leaders go pick some people like that when no qualify because they know them, because they are loyal to them. Now it cause all this kind
Madam
of thing.
Andra.
You go there civil service for how many years? You don't they go
Madam
to this
Andra. Madam Andra,
sir.
even you, if you enter leadership position today, now the people where you sabi now you go draw for a body. Make we understand first of all. Now person where you think say is sabi the work, now you go draw for body. The only mistake where they happen be say if you draw the person for body, can't say the person no perform well, you send them out. But you know we expect the president no be magician. That person where you sabi for take pene. Abi that person where you sabi for Newi, abi that person where you sabi for again a body. The president no know him. I don't know whether you understand. But now the people when be say they come in, okay, una way I draw for body, now una be the best. No, now because I come in contact with una, and in the course of time, some of una run away. Some of una I pursue, some of una I suspend, some of una say my way. Either I am too arrogant, I am too harsh, I am too pompous, I am too this, I am too that. Naturally they work out their way. But in government, you not go wait for person to go away by himself. Because every single misbehavior by an agent, because anybody with the head any government agency, be it parastatal, be it ministry, be it anything, as a civil servant, he follow they give government either good name or bad name. And government for Nigeria know they pass 4 years. 4 years, then another election go come. If you not perform well, next election nobody go vote for you unless if you don't prepare to do rigging. And the way I see Nigeria now, if you try to do rigging, you go take your head see ringing for your head. So I know they blame anybody where they for corridor of power, where draw people where you know, make them work with them. Because now the impression where them give and be that I have been a journalist, put me under this, make I head this organization. I have been an engineer, let me head so organization. But not be as you talk as you come, your performance come day below average. Now just to show you the way out, either first warning, second warning, the third warning, they replace you with another person. Every single person, even for you were married from Edo, where your husband na prince be, go to the palace and see. Now people where they close to the Oba and the people where they close to the throne, now then they put for various positions. Now so it be. Human being no be magician, human being no be God. Now only God is sabi person where they for inside hole, where no advertise himself. God knows say, see what he deposit for inside this person, and he go pick him up and he go perform. But every single leader, like me now, many don't abuse me. Why you they allow so person around you? Why you they allow so person around you? This same person where they criticize so person, so this person where they criticize, even better person. Now opportunity this person never get. Some Nigerians where they get their strength from, now how to criticize, how to condemn. If you ask them, okay, this thing now, yes, true. And what thing they talk not true. But what is the way forward? NEPA go carry light for their mouth, their head, their body, and their system. Then go they paralyzed because they are not looking for a solution. The only time they are important and they are feeling important is when they are condemning somebody or criticizing something or criticizing something. Now the only time where then they feel important, and you go see them, they talk and with every energy where their body give them opportunity. Say, okay, this thing don't happen like this. What is the way forward? What thing you think say be the solution? They don't know. They have never thought of any solution, but their own, because them be agents of darkness. Then get negative energy in them. And those kind of people, if you stay too close to them, then go rub that negative energy on you, because energy is something when we say over time, they transmit, they transfer into the what are we saying? So I know, and like for person to call me a friend, I go tell you straight ahead, if you not be my friend, no. It is a lot easier for you to be my brother or to be my sister than to be my friend, because I decide who is my friend.
Yes, sir.
I decide who is my friend, either male or female. But I cannot decide who is my brother. I cannot decide who is my sister, because this is not natural thing. You are my brother, you are my brother. There is nothing I can do about it. I can decide not to relate with you, but you are still my brother. I can decide not to relate with you, but you are still my sister. But as a friend, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. All of us should start deciding who our friends go be.
Yes, sir.
Because if person where they identify as your friend, na wrong person, he get wrong attitude, na criminal, na this one, na this, that one, na that one, the same eye, na in people go take, they see you, they look you. So me, I decide who is my friend. I choose my friends. If you are not qualified enough, you can never be my friend. But automatically, you can be my brother. Automatically, you can be my sister. JJJ in support, make we move on saying, nay. Those again saying, oh, the nays have it. Make we get update. Okay, Chairman.
Good morning, my ordinary president.
Good morning, Chairman Brekete, family taxi driver.
Yes, on Tuesday, you sent me to carry that woman away. They say her daughter they miss command.
Yes.
So we reached there. They receive us very well. And we met Manza.
Abba, new generation police officer.
Yes, quickly.
May God bless Manza.
Amen.
May God elevate Manza.
Amen.
Manza go be CP for FCT by the grace of God.
Amen.
One day, self, he go be IG for this country by the grace of God. Because the way that young man they behave, see, you know they behave like olden days police. If Manza tell you yes, if you walk out go Sokoto, from Sokoto to Zamfara, Zamfara to Enugu, Enugu to Mbino to, if you come back, that yes, na yes. If Manza tell you no and no. If you pass in power, Manza go tell you, say, you know, say me, my power finish here. There's so person na my superior he be. I cannot order him. Even the other BPO where you they talk so, even though I be command PPRO, but there is limit to what I can do. He go tell you, you go know say, okay, this man, if he do this thing, if he tell you, he say, you know, if he do at least you go zero your mind, not be the one where somebody go raise your hope. Yeah. I will, and at the end of the day, you know, go do it. May God bless Mamza.
Amen. So my ordinary president, he come ask the woman some questions about where the husband is and where they report the incident as he know see the girl. So the woman say na the police station where they Galadimawa na there they report. So he come carry phone, call the DPO of Lugbe because they say Galadimawa they under Lugbe. So he say he want the number of the station, I mean the SO of that station. Quickly the DPO send the number to him and he called the station officer there and the man say, well, as the woman come report with the husband, and they say their procedure, maybe I think it should be around 24 hours before they can declare person missing. They tell them to come back, but since then they don't see them. So they believe, say, they don't see the child, that's why they no come back. So now I say to the woman there with them, say they never see them. Say make the woman go back to that same station because they need the document. We for them to to send signal to everywhere. Say document must come from Galadimawa police station.
So, Chairman, Brekete family taxi drivers.
Yes, sir.
With this one now, yes, I don't learn lesson, and many people go learn lesson. Yes. So police law talk say, if you run go police station, talk say you dey look for your pikin or your wife or your husband or person will be human being. You talk say the person lost. Even as you report, say they no go take them as emergency. Say the person don't lost. Say then go wait until 24 hours before. But me, I dey see am like say na wrong decision. For developed countries like America, UK, and other parts of the world, even if na 911 you call, you say, I look for my veranda, I no see my dog. Don't be not be human being. No. I look through my window, I no see my dog. I dey suspect say either he don't lost or they don't kill him, or I no understand wetin dey happen. Instantly, then go begin radio message the whole community.
Yes.
Make them begin look for that dog wey no be human being. I think Nigerian police should revisit it. The thing wey go make father and mother go rush, go police station, come talk say their pikin lost. If to say then take action immediately, maybe that time where then they carry the pikin they go. If not kidnap, then kidnap the pikin. Some police officers where they somewhere fit intercept, make them block the person where carry the pikin. But 24 hours is enough for you to live here to Lagos, for you to live here to Cotonou, for you to live here to Niger, for you to leave Nigeria to Ghana, for you to live. 24 hours is too long for Nigerian police to take action. But maybe make we confirm from the command PPRO Manza, make he tell us with his mouth, say Lord day we talk say it must pass 24 hours before then go begin swing into action. When you contract say your pikin don't lost. Me, my common sense no agree with this thing. Omang Dave, make una share the microphone, make Omang Dave quickly, make we dey do relay.
I should talk for developed countries, so you know they say government is a continuous. If this law then do today, you can't leave them hanging. Tomorrow you no can't look say because of population, because of insecurity, because of urbanization where they grow now, because of all of these things, can't reduce every other thing. Other developed society they research. They say crime rates they increase, and because crime rate they increase, there should be adequate measures put in place to check excesses. What they call proactiveness. You know, nothing there bad to say okay, you report. However, make we still radio our divisions, our counties, our province, our states around us, and the local government really around. Say something come or say waiting for the policemen within that area. Jump into the express, stop and check, stop and search. Start. When you start that one, if say the speaking there, maybe you go play with your children, it can't come back, no problem. If we say within that same time somebody be one carry and run, he don't escape from part A, he escape part B, he don't go escape part C. 24 hours is too long. Some of these laws we not talk say it no good. It's possible that this law they don't do, and sometimes in the 70s, in the 90s. In this millennium, we need to move on. We need to be prepared. We need to be proactive. Don't stop us from being proactive. Madam President,
thank you.
And the submission I get with that this morning.
Your submission today aggressive. your blood too hot.
No, my
hey,
sorry,
my
I'm
friend,
not
take
talk
it
like
easy.
that again.
When you dey talk, make you dey talk gently.
Make them dey proactive.
Thank you.
Make them know things say because 24-hour day too long.
Thank you. Make una clap for them. Now, but the thing be say, most police stations, if you go, better walkie-talkie no dey.
Thank you. We think they go take do radio.
Communication gadgets wey go enable, like now, make from headquarters now, make them do control base 1 calling control base 2 over. This is Alpha Charlie. Over. Can you read me loud and clear? Over. Make all the divisions, all the units, all the outposts, make all of them they receive the talk with Commissioner of Police they talk. I don't know whether na last week then do them, but as a last month where I check, no be all outposts get more than one walkie-talkie. Now, for outpost where you get like 6 to 7 policemen, now only one walkie-talkie, 9 day there. Sometimes, that place where then day,
no light,
coverage no day, light no day. So, how you wanna they expect our Nigerian police to function well? Federal government supposed to do something about our Nigerian police. Make them increase their welfare package. Make them make work day easy for them. Because when Nigerian police travel abroad, now then they carry medals come back. Now then they carry awards come back. Why? Because the enabling environment they there for them to function proper. But here, then they struggle to function. The other day, I see Nigerian police after this National Judicial Institute. If you they go this industrial estate, industrial layout, police they borrow battery from a taxi driver to enable them start their motor, their patrol vans. Then they borrow battery. What if emergency happen? Somebody come pass for their front now. They say, hey, thief. Now leg then go take pursue am. The DPO Gwarimpa the other day where one case carry me go Gwarimpa. I can't discover say na him they use him money, they buy fuel put for generator. So how you they expect these people to function? Now human beings them be like all of us. All of us go, some of us go just sit down, begin the abuse police, they castigate police. We never ever imagine ourselves for the same position where Nigerian police dey. How much be their salary? How much be their transport? How many police barracks we get? Which percentage of Nigerian police they for barrack? How many of their percentage they live for compounds where me and you they live when we say then they pay rent, then they pay light bill. For areas where water no dey, then they buy water on daily basis. How many police children's school dey?
Police children's school.
Then they put their children for all that schools where all of us they put our children where we they pay school fees, the same school fees, and at the same market we they go with Nigerian police. How much be their salary? Better insurance no day for police head. See policeman now, he dey for National Hospital for almost 6 months now. I don't want to use the word say they abandon them. But National Hospital they look for who go come clear the bill, make them carry the man. No be say the man done well, but he did there. On the day where armed robbers open fire on them, now only him survive. All the rest of the policemen, all of them die.
Now God know what they happen to the family of those ones who die now.
Now, this man dey for National Hospital. If anybody they doubt me, go to trauma center, 2nd floor for National Hospital. Dave.
No, President.
Now, the National Hospital's management carry us walk around the hospital. So make we understand with our Nigerian police. Then they try. It be like woman where husband no give better money to cook soup. They talk say you no see gizzard inside the meat. You no see okporoko. You no see okazi. You no even see how much you give. The money where you give no pass to buy okra and small vegetable. But you can't complain. Now waiting we Nigerians, we should be fair to our Nigerian police. We should be fair to our Nigerian police, most especially the junior ranking from inspector downwards. From the inspector downwards. Now them are the pity. Before shuttle bus day,
yes,
when they carry police from point A to point B, when they close from work, then they carry them. Even those ones with the highway patrol, it get the way they do them. When we say they carry waiting they call dry ration, go give them. Now, if you day for checking point for highway patrol, you are at the mercy of local girl where they sell olele, my rice waste and some fulam. When we say armed robbers fit stay for far away, put poison inside the rice, send the girl past there, make them chop. Either they sleep or they die. Their target not to come carry their guns and their rifles. So I beg, make all of us join hand. Because of the nature of work where then they do, they no fit open their mouth, lay their own complaint. Now we, the citizens of this country, now we go raise our voices on behalf of the Nigerian police. Make we make case on their behalf so that government go look their side. From the very moment when Nigerian police welfare they upgraded, corruption go reduce by 40% automatically, because that time senator cannot intimidate a police officer. Rich man cannot intimidate a police officer. Even to receive bribe go reduce, because na Peking we never belle full. Na they do longer throat outside most of the times. We know say some few cases there when we say Peking go belle full, it goes still do longer throat. But that Peking where you give food, where you know say it belle full, if you do longer throat, you have every reason to punish that child. No be the Peking where carry empty stomach, where you say and they do longer throat, you can't they shout. Waiting give you the right or the authority to even shout. Our police, the welfare package is under the bed, under the bridge, under everything. I beg, make all of us we be citizens, make we join hand, make we support our Nigerian police, because the day when God forbid bad thing, if police go on strike for 1 hour, we go know the importance of police. JJJ in support, make we move on. Say nay. Those again saying oh, the next have it.
Madam President.
Yes.
You get something when I won't call your attention to. I quite appreciate the efforts of the Nigerian police to dismantle the roadblocks we did for highway. But with the rate of the astronomical rate where we get in our insecurity day, we're supposed to go back, go check that in again. There was a case of a man where they kidnapped, put for boot. He just called the wife, and he said, no, so they called the wife. Just say, hey, honey, Open the gate, open the gate, open the gate. Nobody say they call him wife. They don't put on for boot. So the wife was very smart. Because nobody saw my husband, they call me. So all of a sudden, the wife just put 2 and 2 together, can't call neighbors. Say, be like, say something that happened with your husband. Then shortly again, can't call on the same thing. And the voice, no be like, the husband in day tens, where call him. So all the way from a distance to the day, they drive to their house. So the woman now alert neighbors. Neighbors now call some security, just on standby. As they come, he say, honey, the way the man they talk, it don't they and a booty day, don't they tire. So they reach the horn. As the woman opened the gate, people there on standby. They drove in. When they drove in, people came out. And when the people come out, where's my husband? Where's my husband? So then they tell her, she just shout. As he shout, people just come out, block the gates. Where happen? What happen? The man don't weak for boot when he day. Now they then come, beat them, open they say this day the man day here. We open and see where the man day. Why I talk this thing, we say, you know, they carry people, mostly when they kidnap like from here, they feel transfer you to another state, begin ask for ransom for another either local government. That stop and check to a reasonable extent. Stop and search. It been they help a lot of things.
Make I tell you,
a lot of things.
My president. Now bad politicians influence that decision way Nigerian police do. Because now them they carry exhibit past any other person. So it be embarrassment to them if they stop them, search their boot, either see money or see human part. But because them be big people, them then they close to authority, then go influence, stop and search. Even though police they abuse the thing, for where then give them the opportunity to do stop and search, they go form queue. You go see from here to Gwarimpa, police go they do. You go check. You go even some police go they smell tire. This your tire. Wait till you match with them. Wait till you match with them. This your fire extinguisher. Is it working? Are you a road safety? Waiting concern you with fire extinguisher. You know what they talk Akaramakala?
My Honorable President, why they laugh? It be like say you don't pass through issue adjunction of recent. For that issue adjunction, may they check that place very well. Waiting Nigerians eye they see for that issue adjunction. For Nigerian police eye no be here. That issue they go Lagos after Okene below. May they check that place well. Waiting Nigerian eye they see for there. Now make when just they talk, they laugh like say a past day of recent. When they check that people.
I need to be ordinary president.
Yes, sir.
People they feed me back.
Yes, sir.
Make when I call Manza for me, make we hear waiting their law talk about how long it is supposed to take before then go declare person missing. If person carry report to go. But before then, make we hear from this woman we get a French school. We carry cry come. She says she get the French school, but she no get students. Madam, what be your name?
My name is Marie-Louise Esenge.
Now you're the serve you they talk to the microphone.
Marie-Louise Esenge.
Marie-Louise Esenge.
That's Marie-Louise. Marie-Louise.
Okay, for the French name now Marie-Louise Esenge.
Yes.
But for Nigerian name now Marie-Louise Esenge.
Yes, sir.
What be the name of your
center? Center Nancy Educational Services.
The meaning for English now?
Nancy Educational Services.
Okay, Nancy Educational Services.
Yes, sir.
And French they teach for that place.
Yes, sir. French and German.
French and German.
Yes, sir.
Which one you sabi speak?
French.
French.
Yes.
Who they teach German for that place?
My colleague.
Your colleague.
Yes, sir.
And no be pidgin German if they teach.
No, sir.
And you no be French. No be pidgin French.
No.
Because when then they teach me French for school, I DBT say I can't they do Tozo say I don't sabi French. French people come. I can't they speak waiting then teach me for school. They can't they look me. I say waiting they worry these people. They say Wait, now they come, they ask the interpreter, we can say, this person waiting in the talk. I say, na French, they speak. They say, may they ask me well. Say, no, I don't know what they talk, so you don't pick. Okay. Hello, good morning, Manza, aka Maza.
Good morning, my ordinary president.
How FCT Command Police?
FCT Police Command is doing fine.
Yes, you there live for radio, for Human Rights Radio 101.1, and the name of the program na Brekete Family. My own name na Ordinary Ahmad Isa, the Ordinary President.
Glad to join you, Ordinary President, this morning.
I don't know whether you're there comfortable to talk to me for live radio.
There's no problem. Our work is to serve members of the public.
Okay. I get one feedback we receive when they say, me, I use common sense things, say they wrong, but I don't want preempt what Nigerian police do. If person, like say, God forbid bad thing, somebody carry run, enter Lugbe police station, for instance, now, he go report, say, hey, my daughter, oh, my son, I no see my son, my daughter. What him be the next thing where Nigerian police supposed to do?
First, we'll go get to hear from the person what really happened.
He can't talk everything what happened.
The person give us brief what really happened. Then we will give more time so that we will look around. We and the person, for the information the person give us, we will wait for like 24 hours. Within this 24 hours, within our own selves, we will alert ourselves as the respective police formations. They on the lookout for so and so person. What would they look for?
That's after then 24 hours.
Within the 24 hours, we will do our own. Then after the 24 hours, if there's no meaningful information within internally, we're gonna reach out to the family so I made them come. Now we will not take the statement, and there will be a signal for the announcement say the person is missing. That one, when it comes, once the signal comes, we're gonna do a write to media houses to notify them. Say, I beg, make them help us check who, make them help us announce for members of the public who say so and so person is missing. We never see him for so and so number, for so and so period. I say come up from here, go here. So with that now, we will now enter the related members of the public so that many have lost the situation. Why would they wait for this period? Why would not go do it immediately? Now, because at times we would also give room so that made them check, but we will still start to go out to the public to go announce them. And that's we go see the check around.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but immediately when the person carry complaint come,
yes, sir,
when I go swing into action.
Definitely, we must create information from the person, and we on our own part will start to work on the ground.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Lambe. I don't hear from the Police Public Relations Officer, FCT Command. Yes, so madam, this the way we they talk. I hope na better French. Put microphone near your mouth.
Yes, sir.
I hope na better French una they teach people. No be Enugu French. Sorry. No be Sokoto French. No be Ebonyi French. Ibra French. I hope na better French una they teach.
Yes, sir. I've been teaching for over 20 years. I started in Lagos.
In Lagos.
To Abuja. That's educational services has been existing for close to 20 years.
Now
I started with my mom. Yes.
So una they teach better French language.
Yes, sir.
No be Aura French language.
No, sir. I also write French books which were approved by the FCT Educational Board.
Oh, you write books, sir?
Yes,
where FCT Educational Board even approve.
Yes, sir.
I rest my case.
Yes,
with
sir.
that one now, you be authority. Make una clap for her. So, madam, where the school they located?
Asokoro, sir.
Waiting be the address for the Asokoro.
Mohamed Kiari, opposite Bayelsa Lodge House. Mohamed Kiari, opposite Bayelsa Lodge, Bayelsa House Lodge. 081. Okay, 21. Catholic Institute. We are renting from the Catholic Institute, sir.
Now you they explain,
yes,
so that people go fit locate you. How much I collect to do this advert from you?
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
Now free of charge they do them for you.
Yes, sir.
I want after this advertisement make I see your school full,
yes, sir,
with people.
Yes, sir.
But if you not talk well, it go be waste of time. And I cherish my time very well. See complainants where they for ground where I suppose use the time for. I beg, make una takes me serious. If una not take me serious, I no go take una serious. Give me address. You they talk up. Number waiting, so street, so building, so that people go fit to locate. Madam, waiting be the address.
Number 12, Mohammed Kiari, Catholic Institute.
Jerry, they hear her clearly? Okay.
Also a Mimo by Bayesa Lodge House.
Okay. Repeat the address again.
Number 12, Mohammed Kiari, Catholic Institute. By Soemimo, off Soemimo, by Bayesa Lodge House.
Inside Catholic Institute?
Yes, sir. We are
Nadia una French school day?
Yes, we rent from them.
For which area is it?
Asokoro.
For Asokoro?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mohammed Kiari.
Mohammed Kiari.
Okay.
Off Soemimo.
Okay, thank you very much. Any phone number where people go call?
Yes, sir. 081
081
67 41 53 90.
You go slow down, repeat them again. Oh yeah.
081 67 41 53 90.
Repeat them again.
081 67 41 53 90.
Make you use French language. Tell people wait till you tell us for English language now.
Okay.
Okay.
Bonjour à tout le monde. Nous enseignons le français à Nancy Educational Services, qui est situé à Sokoro, à Mohamed Kiari, off Soemimo, à l'Institut catholique. Vous pouvez venir vous enregistrer et en 3 mois, nous vous garantissons que vous pourrez vous exprimer, parler, écouter et écrire en français.
Yes, I hear écouter. Écouter. What do écouter mean?
That you be able to listen when somebody is speaking.
Nah, be écouter, yes.
Exactly.
Yes, écouter. All the things where she talk, na écouter, na hear. Waiting be, una get una own numbers for French language.
Oui.
Yes,
oui.
I know. Yes. The last time I smoke we. Now it don't take. Okay, we now.
Yes.
Oh, now it be we.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man day we. Keep quiet. Madam, announce your number for French language.
081 67 081 67 19 53 90.
No, you know complete. Write them out.
080
for French.
080 67 19 53 9 10.
Enough of this. Repeat them again.
081 67 19 53 90. Ouais, it's complete.
Repeat them again.
081 67 19 53.
Take advantage of this unique business opportunity.
What should we be doing to ensure that we reduce the risk of having the condition These are the things we'll be looking at today. It's going to be very educative and useful, so please do not go away. And as usual, I have a medical practitioner with me in the house, and together we'll be looking at these issues, especially as it concerns diabetes. Plus, you can also call and share your experiences with us, also ask questions. I'm sure a lot of people have their doubts, so many things they want to know and want to find out about diabetes. It's very important because a lot of people may have some kind of misconception about the condition. So you have the opportunity today and right now to ask questions, and together we'll see how we can reduce the risk associated with diabetes, or we could learn one or two things to avoid those things that increases the risk of having the condition. So relax and do not go away. But we'll take a short break, but when we come back, we'll begin to look at the issues properly.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.
As the fourth estate of the realm, the media stands as the watchman of the nation. On Media Lab, we dissect the news items of the day through the men and women that bring the news to you to give you the full story. Media Lab, airing exclusively on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting.
Human Rights Radio.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. Welcome back. This is still Health. It's live, and we're talking diabetes today. What is diabetes? What are the causes? Why is it very prevalent in our time? And how do we reduce the risk of having this condition? This is what we're looking at. And I have with me in the station and in the studio Dr. Mba Oikeke. Dr. Mba, welcome to Health is Life today.
Thank you.
Okay. Plus, like I said, you will be able to call me. You will have the opportunity to call and share your experiences with us and ask questions, especially in those areas and in those things that you need to know as far as diabetes is concerned. It's very, very important because it's a common element. We hear people say sugar disease, diabetes, what is it all about, right? Diabetes or diabetes mellitus is classed as a metabolism disorder. Metabolism refers to the way our bodies use digested food for energy and growth. And most of what we eat is broken down into glucose, and glucose is a form of sugar in the blood. It is the principal source of fuel, if I may say, for our bodies. So when our food is digested, the glucose makes it its way into our bloodstream. Our cells use the glucose for energy and growth. However, glucose cannot enter our cells without insulin being present. But I'm not the doctor in the house, so I just want to just talk briefly about it before the doctor begins to. So, Dr. Mba, a lot of people have been talking about diabetes, sugar disease. What is it exactly?
Yeah, thank you. Diabetes mellitus is a chronic disease resulting from the metabolism of carbohydrate, fat, protein, as a result of either lack of insulin or lack of resistance of the receptors to the stimulation of insulin.
That's diabetes. By the way, Dr. Mba is of Wesley Clinics in Abuja, here in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. So a lot of people call it sugar disease. So in a layman's language, how can you translate this to the point that we can understand what you're talking about? It's very technical, I can see.
All right. It's actually a sugar disease because what happens here is that the body could not utilize sugar that is in the blood, either as a result of lack of insulin or the receptors are not acting under the stimulation of insulin. So what happens is that there's a lot of sugar in the blood of an individual that is suffering from diabetes.
Okay.
And this sugar cannot be utilized by the cells. So the sugar, instead of being used, accumulates and causes some other problems in the cells instead of helping them out to survive the environment.
How can someone know that he or she has the condition, diabetes or sugar disease, as the case may be?
All right. The symptoms, as it were, is dependent on the type of diabetes, because
yes.
we actually have about two types, broadly speaking.
Okay.
The insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus and the non-insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus. The insulin diabetes occurs earlier in life.
Earlier in life. Does that mean in children?
Yes, children, teenagers, and some adults, but at the early stage of adulthood.
Okay.
And then the non-insulin dependent occurs more often in later life. As the name implies, the insulin-dependent one is as a result of total lack of insulin. The body cannot produce enough insulin for its use. That is the insulin-dependent diabetes. But the non-insulin-dependent diabetes is as a result of the insulin being there, but the cells that it acts upon are not responding to it appropriately.
So
there is insulin, yes. Okay. So there is insulin, but it's not being active. Okay. So then the non-insulin dependent diabetes has very common characteristics in their presentation. Here the person has a lot of thirst, becomes very thirsty.
Okay.
Then
drinking water
like
all the
he
time.
drinks water all the time, what we call polydipsia. The person also eats a lot. If he finishes food now, the next moment he's hungry again. That is what we call polyphagia. The person also passes a lot of urine frequently. That is what we call polyuria. Those three are characteristics of the insulin-dependent diabetes. And then the non-insulin-dependent diabetes, the person may not present with anything, and it is discovered accidental when the person goes to hospital and tests are carried out. But some of them, they may come with a form of numbness in the hands and feet, what we call paresthesia. Yes, and then some of them may come with a lot of infection, especially the male type. They have a urinary tract infection often. The women may have a vaginal discharge often. Those things may be what may lead to one asking them to run a test for diabetes. And again, some people, especially the women, may have had children that are very big, that they deliver big children.
Okay.
Those people may be diabetics. And also, if any of them had had diabetes in pregnancy, then that person may develop diabetes later in life.
Okay, so it's possible that a pregnant woman who never had diabetes could now develop diabetes during pregnancy?
Of course, yes.
Okay, and yes, it can lead to the full-blown diabetes?
It can lead to, no, once they deliver, yes, once they are taken care of during that pregnancy and they deliver, the diabetes goes. They become normal again. But later in life, they may now develop full-blown diabetes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the numbers to call is 081 89 99 1011. We're looking at diabetes, what a lot of people call sugar disease. That's what we're looking at today. And Dr. Mba Onyekwere is in the house, and I'm sure you have some questions that you would like to ask. I'm sure you also want to share your experiences and with us as far as it has to do with diabetes for this program. Hello. Hello. Okay, ensure that you turn down the volume of the radio before you call me, because if you don't do that, we will not be able to hear each other properly. So turn down the volume of your radio and then call the number 081 89 991011. You can call, ask your questions. You can contribute in any meaningful way that you can. And Dr. Mba is in the studio right now. He will answer all your questions. We will try to answer your questions. So, okay, just keep the calls coming, right? I'm sure a lot of people want to ask questions. I mean, the calls are coming, but I think the network is having a thing there. But the number is still the same, 081, right? Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please turn down the volume of your radio so that we can hear you properly.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Noah.
Okay, Noah, go ahead, please.
Okay. Somebody, my younger brother, he always urinate, but we went for test for sugar level. They say that our sugar level is normal. At the same time, we check other tests. They say that his system is normal. So, what would that one be?
Okay, he passes urine very often. That's what you mean?
Maybe he go to use himself now. Maybe after like 1 hour, 2 hours, he will go again. Let's say in the night, he can go out like 3 times before they break.
Okay. Doctor, does this suggest that it's a problem?
Well, yes, it's a problem.
Hello, the doctor is answering, okay? So just listen. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Ma.
Okay, yes, it's a problem. But since they have done tests for diabetes and it's not diabetes, then there's another disease called diabetes insipidus. This diabetes insipidus presents with frequent urination. I don't know if she has been investigated for that. If she has not been investigated for diabetes insipidus, they should do that, because that may be what she's presenting with.
Okay, doctor, sorry, sir. Can I ask you a question, sir?
Okay,
yes, go ahead.
Okay, are you living here in Abuja? If one can come to you one-on-one.
Okay, after this program, you can call me, okay? Yeah. And, yes, all right.
What about after the program, which number will I call?
You listen, you hear our number, okay?
Okay, thank you. I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you, man.
Bless you too. So there could be some types of diabetes, but the test, if you test the urine, it will not show that it's a condition. Is that what this is about?
Yes. Even in the non-insulin dependent type of diabetes, if you test the urine, you may not see sugar in the urine.
Okay.
But the person is diabetic.
Hello. Anytime you're calling me, please turn down the volume of your radio so that I can hear you properly, okay?
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Bola. I'm calling from Buhari.
Okay, all right then.
I want to ask, which, like this one is urinating frequently, like up to 4-5 times in the midnight. Is that a sign of diabetes?
Yes, it could be a sign of diabetes. But until a test is done to prove that, we would not term that person a diabetic. So there's need to run a test if somebody is experiencing that.
Okay, doctor, is it also possible that if you take lots of fluid before you go to bed, you can go out to urinate?
Yes, if somebody takes a lot of fluid or drinks this palm wine, especially those in the village, in the evening, yes, definitely they will wake up 2 or 3 times to urinate. But that does not mean that person is diabetic.
Okay.
It's an occasional thing.
Okay. So if you're having that kind of condition, you need to go and check to confirm.
Yes.
You don't have to just assume that probably you have diabetes. It could be that you also should check what the person took or drank before the person went to bed.
Yes.
Okay? All right, thank you very much. Okay, so it's a test that can confirm that one has diabetes. So if you pass urine many times, it's not enough to give yourself a tag of I have a diabetes. Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Haruna.
Okay, Haruna, please talk to us.
I'm calling from Derek.
Okay.
For a pregnant woman, it's possible for them to go and use their self 3 times before they break.
Okay, let me hear you clearly. As a pregnant woman, is it possible for you to ease yourself 2-3 times?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's possible, especially if it's in the advanced stage of that pregnancy, because the baby's weight will be on the bladder, urinary bladder, and that will make the woman to pass urine more frequently than she used to before, especially at night also.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, it looks like a lot of people are concerned about frequent urination. Is that the only sign that one can see and think that, okay, it could be diabetes?
No,
what
not
are the other, you talked about hunger?
No, not quite. The person also eats frequently, and the person urinates frequently, and the person also drinks frequently, a lot of water. So those 3 are the basic symptoms of the insulin-dependent type of diabetes. And I think I should use this opportunity also to tell people that it runs in a family. If a father or mother has it, there's a likelihood that the children, some of them will have it, which therefore means that they have to take extra care so that they will not develop it, because it's actually an imbalance between production and utilization. If these people are exposed to excessive sugar, especially this free sugar that we take when we are taking tea, frequently they could develop it.
Okay, so that's bringing us to the causes of diabetes. Yes. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Uche. I'm calling from Kariki.
Okay, Uche, go ahead, please. You have a question?
Yes, I want to ask the doctor, when there is cold, especially during this rain season time, if I drink water, even if it is just 1 cup, I will urinate more than when the weather is not cold. I want to know if it's a problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling. Doctor?
All right, Uche, it's not really a problem. What happens is that when the weather is cold, you don't sweat, because sweating is another way of eliminating water from our system. So if the weather is cold, the water will of necessity be eliminated through the urine. That is why you urinate more frequently during the cold season than during the hot season.
Okay, so we're talking about what are those things that can prone someone to having this condition? Are there some things that you do that could prone you to having it?
Yes. Like I mentioned earlier, if it runs in a family,
yes.
Then if one is obese, obesity is one of the things that makes one to have diabetes.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
That's Michael calling from Meta.
Okay, Michael. What's your question?
Yeah, I want to ask the question.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Hello, you can ask the doctor, please.
Okay. Each time I do urinate, I do feel, after urinating, I do feel something itching inside my tongue, and it is something awful, and my nose is empty.
one man is like, I see one is moving around there. He's disturbing me very badly.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I would have asked you how often you urinate, whether it's in the daytime or in the night time. And is it in the daytime or at night that you urinate more?
Please reduce the volume of the radio because you need, if the noise is too much, if you're calling, you try to stay away from a noisy environment, and then you turn down the volume of your radio so that we can hear you very well. But please, as you listen to the radio, the doctor is answering that question now.
All right. What I was trying to find out is if the frequent urination occurs in the day or at night.
Okay, the time of occurrence, does it matter?
It matters because, at night we don't urinate often.
Okay.
But if that begins to happen, then there's something wrong. Then with the itching he's complaining of, I suppose maybe what we call balanitis, that's infection around the penis area. And if that has been happening frequently, I mentioned earlier that is part of the symptom that people with diabetes experience. So what I will advise him to do is to go to a clinic and hospital, let them run a fasting blood sugar on him and see if he's normal or if there's another thing. Outside of that, his urine could be cultured to see if there's an infection there or not.
Okay, so he needs to just go to the hospital.
Just go to the hospital.
That's the only way you can
yes.
Confirm what is really wrong with you.
Yes.
It's not okay for you to just sit down at home and be scared and be wondering. You could just go do a lab test and whatever is wrong is confirmed, and then there's usually a treatment.
Yes.
Okay, so we said hereditary is one of the issues.
Yes.
And the intake of sugary things.
Yes. Then obesity, overweight, is also part of it. And people also who suffer from mumps could develop diabetes
What's a
later.
mumps,
Mumps is this swelling in the cheek area under the ear. One may suffer it, and then later in life the person may develop diabetes. And there are some other autoimmune diseases that could predispose one to having diabetes.
Okay. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
It's Michael calling back. I don't know what you said about that.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear now? Hello,
Yeah.
Michael, can you hear now? Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
Okay, Michael, I said that I would have wanted to find out the time of the day that you have that frequent urination.
Okay, I don't know why it's so noisy where he is.
Yeah.
Michael, please, if you still want to call back, you need to go to where it's a little quiet because there's so much noise at the background where you are. You won't be able to hear us properly. So just try as you try the number again, try and ensure that you stay where the noise is not too much. But the doctor is trying to answer the question.
Yes, I was saying that what he needs to do is just to walk into a clinic and let them do the blood sugar test for him and also culture his urine because that he's having itching around there and he's passing urine frequently, maybe balanitis, and that is one of the symptoms of diabetes. But I am not concluding until a test is done to confirm it.
Yes, okay. So if you're listening, you just need to go and see your doctor and who will run some tests and some investigation. And then, doctor, as if some people, once they have some issues, sometimes we're afraid of going to the doctor to check because we don't know what the result will be. We're afraid of what the result will be. But I think it's safer to see a doctor and run the test, isn't it?
Yes, it's actually safer. And it's actually cost-effective also. A disease that is picked early is easier to treat than one that has stayed over a long period of time. And as it were, these diseases, they have complications that come with them. if they are managed early, those complications may not arise. But when it is late, you begin to treat the complication as well as manage the disease.
Which is
more costly, yes.
Okay. All right, we'll take a short break now. We're looking at diabetes, and the program is Health is Life. I have Dr. Oikeke of Wesley Clinic in Abuja in the studio looking at this issue. But don't go away. Keep your questions, and then we'll be right back.
Gagu Jemi, kowane mdirmargi aku Adamawa majangari tarihiri barkate family 101 din Allah ka janai daraja anu jar ku dunga taman jar ku a barar ji o ji Nigeria ka gaba daya ga tamar ko burna musago kuma right 101 ku nanda ji family ne mu furba talaka aga ko magaga wahala ga damogi nanda jikin nga zan sarkara talaka gaba daya so johnson ana gena buriya ko won dirmargi din Allah mane ngar irgo sasanakir ilos sanakir please kene har da mori aseno barkate family kinda bari kinda ina kokorar
Human Rights Radio.
Your right, my right, our right, everybody's right is protected. Human Rights Radio 101.1, redefining broadcasting.
This is Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. The program is Health is Life, and today we're looking at diabetes. I have Dr. Mba in the studio with me, so you can call, ask your questions, what are those things that you need to know. We're looking at preventive measures. We want to ensure that you reduce the risk of your exposure to these health conditions. That's a concern here. Hello? Hello?
Your account balance is not sufficient to make this call. Please recharge or send status to 665 to confirm.
Okay, keep the calls coming, 081-8999-1011. One aspect that I want us to talk about seriously is this sugar intake, because a lot of people takes a lot of these sugary drinks these days, and you hear people say, no, it has nothing to do with the sugar that you take. It's not about sugary drinks or sugary food. Does it have anything to do with it? Taking sugary drinks and foods that are sweet?
Yes, definitely it has something to do with it. Somebody that is prone to having diabetes, a little tilt over in the quantity of sugar or glucose in the body could result into diabetes. So there should be moderation in the way people take sugary substances. And one who must take it early in the day. Yes, because through the day the person will exercise and then blow out the sugar. But if it is taken towards the night, the person does not exercise, the thing stays in the body and accumulates and then cause that disease.
Okay, when we're looking at predisposing factors, does alcohol and tobacco smoking has anything to do with this?
Alcohol, yes, because alcohol itself has sugar, but tobacco smoking, no, except in a situation where one smokes another thing and gets into taking a lot of sugary substances. But as per tobacco itself, no, it doesn't.
All right, so you have heard from the specialists, you don't need to, you have to reduce your sugar intake, especially at night. If you must do it, you have to take it in moderation, and it has to be in the daytime, where you activities of the day will burn off the sugar level. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. I'm calling for Lagos. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you very much for calling.
Thank you. Afternoon.
Yeah.
I just want to. My name is Swami Mohammed.
Okay, Sonny.
I'm interested in this program. I would like to know what are the causes of diabetes and how to avoid the diabetes.
All right, thank you.
Yes, because I'm married. Like currently, we have the sugar level of my body is fine, and the family. I would like to avoid it for my children, and I would like to know the way to avoid it.
Good one there. Thank you very much. So keep listening. The doctor is here, and he will tell us. So that's talking about prevention now.
Prevention, yes. Yeah, thank you very much. Once this man knows he has diabetes.
Hello, ma.
Yes.
Hello, yes. The doctor
is.
Okay, all right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma, I can hear you.
All right. What should be done is that you minimize the quantity of sugar that your children will be exposed to. That's one.
Okay.
The other thing is that you encourage them to engage in exercise. Regular exercise is important here. And then the third one is you regularly check their blood sugar, so that you know when it will be going up. Yes, you know when it will be going up, and then advice will be given as to what to do.
Okay.
Yes, once you do all this, that will help them not to develop diabetes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much for calling.
Okay, no problem, sir. Thank you very much for your advice. I will try and make sure I bye-bye. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. Brekete family. Enjoy this, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, so prevention is very key for us on this show.
Yes.
So we'd like to see what are those ways that we can reduce the risk of having diabetes. And how can we prevent? Yes.
Yes. Like I mentioned, those three for him there. The other thing is that people should not just stay in their house and conclude they don't have this disease. Regular screening is key, is very vital.
Okay. Regular screening. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Randy Kachokore.
Okay.
I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm listening to the program, and my mom is she's suffering from diabetes.
Okay.
Yeah, so but I want to ask, is it curable?
Okay.
Is it curable because we have, my mother has been suffering for that for 2 years and she has been using all these apps. So recently I decided to take her to hospital and they say that the sugar level is very high. And since that time she has been taking the medication. So I wanted to know whether it's curable, and secondly to know the actual, I want to know the specialist that can handle that.
Okay.
That's my question. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes. Recently, there are drugs that has been discovered that could lead to the regeneration of the organ that produces insulin if the diabetes as a result of lack of insulin. But if it is not as a result of lack of insulin, that the receptors are not responsive to insulin stimulation, that one is not curable. So it depends on what type the person is having that we can talk of cure or no cure. But it can be properly managed. I've had patients whom I have managed and are okay. But regularly they take their drugs, their medication, and that keeps the sugar level at the normal level, and they are not suffering from any consequence of diabetes.
Okay, when we talk about management of diabetes, there's a lot that has to do with diet. We heard that some people could survive just on
diet alone,
without drugs.
Yes.
So at what point do we graduate from just taking diet and then to the drugs itself?
Okay. The people that can survive with dieting alone are those who develop diabetes later in life.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
My name is something. I'm calling from the one.
Okay, please. Go ahead.
I want to ask the doctor whether if sugar has any effect on a man organ.
Okay, though we're discussing diabetes today, but I think with this opportunity of the doctor being in the house, he could help out with this.
Yes, definitely. Diabetes reduces libido. So in a man, the man could suffer from what we call dysfunctional erection or erectile dysfunction, ED, because of diabetes. Also, the drugs that are used in the treatment of diabetes could also lead to that. So it can affect the organ in that negative way.
Okay, but we're talking about management of diabetes.
Yes, yes. I was saying that those who could survive on diet alone or be managed on diet alone are those who develop the illness later in life.
Okay.
That is the non-insulin dependent diabetes. Those people, if they are religiously abiding by the dieting procedure, they may not need drugs. But they may need drugs if there are other diseases that come into their body, like infection. Yes, because at that point, the dieting alone may not be enough. So they may be given drugs at that period. But after it, they continue on dieting. And one thing with this diabetes is that there may be a period that the person becomes normal without taking drugs.
Okay.
But it may last 6 to 2 years. And for some people, they will think that they are cured. And they will now go and relax. Then only for the diabetes to come out in full force later. So for such a situation, what we always advise the patients to do is that they keep monitoring their blood sugar.
Okay, so while we're testing for diabetes, depending on the type, the treatment and management depends on the type.
Yes.
So from the treatment, from the diagnosis or the investigations that we'll do, that is what will tell us this is the type that you have and this is the type. So there's a need to just check the particular type. The doctor will tell the person the particular type, because that will determine the management, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. Because if you don't know the type, you will not be able to manage it properly. If it is an insulin-dependent one and you are giving the other oral drugs, the person will not respond appropriately. Until you use the appropriate drugs for the appropriate type, then you will not be able to manage properly.
Okay, let's talk about diet.
Yes.
As far as this condition is concerned, because you hear a lot of people saying, okay, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I have sugar disease. What is it about diet? What is the right diet for people who have this condition?
Okay, the right diet, one, is dependent on the blood level of the glucose, the glucose blood level, because there's a level that it will reach. You may not be talking of diet to that person anymore, because dieting will not cause any problem. But if it is such that the person has to be on diet, one, the person will avoid simple sugar.
Okay, simple sugar.
Simple sugar. You may avoid it completely or take it in moderation, depending. Then the person should also take a high protein diet and avoid what we call the saturated fat. That is the bad fat. And by the way, if one is treating a diabetic patient, one also has to know the level of very low density lipoprotein in that person. That's what we call lipid profile. It has to be done, because if the two coexist, the condition becomes worse.
Okay.
And this may lead to heart attack, and the person may die while sleeping. So the person has to be properly investigated to know if that bad fat is in the person as well. If it is there, it has to be treated as well. Then the person also has to take, like I said, non-saturated fat. That is all this oil, cooking oil, but the one that is not from animals. Because
okay,
the ones
I hope we know the difference between the one from animals and the one that is not from.
Yes.
So the one from probably granite is the
it's okay.
best?
The one from granite, but the one from soybean is best.
Okay.
Yes, that is the best. So that is what we advise that the person takes. And again, if that person has to take fried plantain, for instance, or whatever, fried whatever, you don't bleach the oil you are using in frying. What I mean by bleaching, people will keep oil in the pot until it starts smoking. At that point, the oil is denatured. Then it's of no use,
no nutritional value again.
No. But if the person has to fry something, you just put the oil. When it's warm, you put whatever you want to fry and fry it that way. And if there's any oil remaining, you pour it away. You don't use it again. People, when they use one today, they will still use it tomorrow. That's
okay,
wrong.
We need to talk about this one.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and please could you turn down the volume of your radio? Okay, so yeah. So what's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sophia. I'm calling from Africa.
Okay, go ahead. What's the question?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, my sister has diabetes.
Yeah.
So she's complaining of shoulder pain all the time.
Okay.
So is it possible for her to be having is it part of the problem that's causing the pain is something else?
Okay. Well, diabetes is a multi-organ affecting disease. It can affect any part of the body. But yes, under this situation, I'll advise your sister to see a doctor. They should also investigate to know her level of blood sugar, and then they will be able to also treat that shoulder pain. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, doctor, we're talking about preparation of the oil.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people will use their oil to fry something this moment and then keep it and then keep scooping to fry more. You're saying this is dangerous?
It's dangerous. It's dangerous because what happens is that the oil will now contain a lot of cholesterol when it is bleached that way. And cholesterol in very high level in the body is not good for the body.
Okay. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, please could you turn down the volume of your radio before you talk?
Yeah.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you crystal.
Hello?
Okay, where you are is noisy. I can hear people making so much noise. We will not hear you.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, very well.
My name is I'm the one that called before.
Okay.
I wanted to know if this diabetes is curable, and also to know the specialist, the actual hospital one can go for the test and for the treatment. But my mom has been suffering that for 2 years, and no solution for that for now. So I said because I couldn't hear what the doctor was saying because of network.
Okay, so still where the noise is not much, the doctor is answering you right away.
Okay.
Yes, diabetes, I said, one is curable if it is as a result of damage to the organ that produces insulin. because there are drugs now that one could use and revitalize that organ, that's the pancreas. But if it is not as a result of that, and it's a receptor insensitivity problem, we have not had drugs to cure that. Then the people that manage diabetes are really, is not managed by one particular person or one particular specialist, but they are called endocrinologists. The endocrinologists manage the person. If the person is pregnant, the obstetrics gynecologist manage. If it's in a child, the pediatrician manages. If it has caused complications, like some people will develop ulcer in their foot, then the orthopedic people, the dermatologists also manage if there are dermatological problems. So it's a professionals that manage diabetes.
So we're advised that if you have the issue, you just go and see your doctor. They'll run the test, and then they will advise you appropriately, depending on the signs and symptoms that you're presenting, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, doctor, there's this thing about people will take so much sugar, sugary things, and then they say, okay, they'll counter the effect with a bitter thing. Does it help?
Well, it will not help, because the moment one is taking those sugary things, that's the moment the body is absorbing them. And that's the moment its effect is being felt in the body. So the bitter thing will only end up in the stomach. It may not get into the general system. So it has no relief. It doesn't offer any form of relief.
That means deceiving ourselves.
It's just deceiving oneself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have heard from the doctor. If you take too much sugary things, you can't counter it with bitter things as far as it has to do with prevention of diabetes. Right. So we've been. Are there still some things that can prompt one to having it? Sugary things is not good. The overweight, hereditary, and are there other things? That
the other things.
Alcohol too.
Yes, alcohol. Yes. The other thing I mentioned is autoimmune diseases that could predispose one to having it. Then in women also, what we call polycystic ovarian disease could also predispose them to having diabetes.
Okay, so as we get close to the end of this program, I want us to restate those preventive measures, those things that would reduce the risk of someone having the ailment. Let's focus on that for this time.
Okay, yes, those things are that, one, people should take sugary food in moderation, and if they must take it, it should be early in the day, not later in the day. Then two, people whose parents are diabetics should also frequently go and run tests to see if they have diabetes. And then if one has it, that person has to abide by the advice of the doctor in terms of dieting, in terms of medication. If one does those things, one could live healthier. Then exercise, as I mentioned earlier, exercise is key also. People should develop the habit of exercising regularly, not just once in a while. You make it a habit. Maybe in the evening, take a brisk walk. When you sweat, you come back, shower, and rest. Just that one may be enough if you are doing it regularly.
Okay, are there some, for those who probably have the condition already, are there some signs or symptoms that they will detect or they will notice and they will know that this is no, you need to run to your doctor right now? Are there some of those signs that will show that, you're getting to a bad level of the sugar level in your blood? What are those signs and symptoms that they need to watch out for, especially as we look at some of the complications of the disease?
All right. Yes. One of them mostly is when one who has been seeing well started noticing blurring in his or her sight. Cannot be able to read normal books that he or she used to read before. under that condition, that person has to quickly go and see his or her doctor. Then also, if somebody begins to notice numbness in the hand, numbness in the legs, that person should as well run to see his or her doctor. If one notices that he or she is losing weight, that is also a sign that the diabetes is not being controlled and something else has to be done. So those things are really what some of the signs that could move one to immediately go and see his doctor. Because if nothing is done, the person may just fall down and go into coma. Yes.
Fall down and go to coma, and that's what we don't want to happen to you. So if you have the condition, make sure that you check regularly with your doctor, and then you adhere strictly to the instructions. If you're on diet, ensure that you take your diet properly, and if you're on drugs, you know that you need to take your drugs nicely and carefully. Okay, doctor, we're almost getting to the end of what if hypertension? Is it a part of
hypertension could come in as a part of complication of diabetes, and when those two coexist in an individual, it becomes worse. Outside of that, also, we advise diabetic patients to take good care of their legs because of neuropathy. What I mean by neuropathy is that they may lose sensitivity. Even if you prick them with a needle, they will not feel it. So if that person is not wearing shoes to cover the legs, and that person steps on whatever iron, nail, the person could get pierced. And that person will not know that even he or she has sustained injury. And that could lead to chronic ulcer. And that ulcer may eventually lead to them losing that limb, amputating that limb. Because even in the United States, a large chunk of diabetics have their limbs amputated because of what I have just described. So we also advise them in this direction.
Okay, doctor, coming from you, what would be your last comment as it has to do with staying safe if you have it, or stay away and ensure that you don't have it? What would be your final comment on that?
My comment will be to advise people to check if they have diabetes, and those who don't have it should not indulge in eating simple sugars. And again, if one has it, please live strictly according to the instructions of your health practitioner, because that will help that person to prolong his or her life. Thank you.
On the note, Dr. Mba Onyekwe, we thank you very much for coming on to this edition of Health is Life. I'm sure you have helped a lot of us a lot better than before, because there's this misconception about diabetes. A lot of people don't understand it very, very well, and they keep saying this is that. I'm sure your explanation has clarified a lot of them now. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Dr. Mba Onyekwe is of Wesley Clinics in Abuja, FCT here. And I thank you. My name is Oikeke Igado Kure. The program will return same time tomorrow. Thank you again for choosing Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM.